Rosalinera, and in this video, I am going to tackle the communication in business and trade, communication in science and technology, and communication in healthcare industry. Please keep on watching. First of all, let's define communication. Well, as we all know, communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place, person, or group to another. It refers to the exchange of ideas, feelings, emotions, knowledge, and information, and it also includes gestures, facial expressions, and silence. In other words, communication applies to the entire pace of people's lives in relation to communities, which requires the exchanging of information. It is not only used for academic purposes, but also for work purposes. Now, let's discuss the communication in business and trade first. What is business and trade? A business is defined as an organization or enterprising entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities, and trade is an action of buying and selling goods and services. Communication is a function that is indispensable in business and trade, and it has a vital role because of this following importance. First, communication can help in implementing rules inside the business and trade. Businessmen and employers are required to have certain work rules in place and can also implement optional rules for their employees. However, having work rules doesn't mean much unless employees know that the rules exist and understand them clearly. In short, rules must be communicated to be effective. Next importance is communication builds an effective team. Communication plays an important role in keeping the team together and makes the work atmosphere positive and lively. Communication can also create customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is also determined by the quality of communication provided after the initial transaction. So companies that employ one-on-one marketing techniques will often build loyalty where competitors struggle. Communication can also establish unity. Effective communication creates mutual trust and confidence between the management and the labor. It gives job satisfaction to the workers. It is also essential for healthy industrial relations. There's no way a business can function effectively without it. Communication is needed in all types of trade and business transactions, such as receiving of trade inquiries, receiving of payments, selling business products, sending of information about dispatch of goods. Without proper communication in business and trade, traders cannot have good relations with outside traders. So how can they exchange products? How can they buy and sell if they don't talk to other traders, right? Traders will not be able to establish links with transporters, bankers, insurers, and warehouse keepers. They would not be able to connect with each other. Without proper communication, businessman cannot run his business successfully. Communication determines the success of your business. Many businesses fail, and it is not only due to a faulty product, but also because of a faulty communication strategy. Now let's talk about some benefits of implementing effective communication in business and trade. Communication will keep the workers updated and reduce mistakes. Second, if buyers and sellers make proper use of communication networks, trade companies may work effectively. Third, an effective communication system brings entrepreneurs close to each other, not only in one country, but throughout the world. Last, management and supervision will not remain incomplete and shabby in the presence of proper communication. Now, how to improve communication in business and trade? First, learn to listen carefully. Listen to your stops, listen to the requests and suggestions of your customers. Second, make a communication-friendly business and trade environment. Give your staff and your customers the right to speak, not just yourself. To grow your business, you also need to create a peaceful environment and avoid arguing. Now let's proceed to communication in science and technology. Science encompasses the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment. And technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. Communication is an essential characteristic of the nature of science. Importance of communication in science and technology. In a blog of Monica Felio Moher in 2015, She cited that science communication is part of a scientist's everyday life. Monica Mujer is an award-winning PhD scientist and science communicator using online technologies. Scientists must give talks, write papers and proposals, communicate with variety of audiences, and educate others. Thus, to be successful regardless of field or career path, an individual must learn how to communicate. In other words, to be a successful scientist, you must be an effective communicator. Without proper communication in science and technology, scientists cannot build support for science. Scientists cannot promote understanding of its wider relevance to society. Scientists cannot encourage well-informed decision-making at all levels. Science will not become accessible to audiences that traditionally have been excluded from the process of science. Science will not become more diverse and inclusive. The benefits of effective communication in science and technology are the following. First, effective communication helps in transmitting your message clearly and concisely so that it is understood. When scientists communicate more effectively, science thrives. Effective communication can let you engage with your audience. Science is increasingly interdisciplinary, and the ability to communicate more effectively across disciplines fosters collaboration and innovation. Scientists will be able to discuss the relevance and impact of their ideas. Being able to communicate the relevance and impact of their ideas and discoveries can enhance scientists' ability to secure funding or find a job. Now, how to improve communication in science and technology? First, know your audience. When you begin preparing to communicate, you should be thinking about who your audience is. Put yourself in their shoes. Second, understand your topic and make your science understandable. As complex words may lead to misinterpretation and confusion. Third, make an impact. In science communication, you will regularly come across complicated topics. Your audience may not remember everything you have said or written once your communication is over. So you need to define what you want them to retain. What single idea should they leave the room with? This will be your message. Now let's move on to communication in healthcare industry. Communication is a crucial component in all steps of healthcare process. Organizations with strong communication policies can enrich their patients' health, while those that don't have effective procedures in place can negatively impact their patient well-being. Doctors can relay information to nurses or other hospital staff. Effective communication between nurses and physicians is important for the safety and quality of patient care. With communication, patients will be well informed about health services, costs, treatment options, and prevention of diseases. Without proper communication in healthcare industry, it can lead to misunderstanding. If you are a healthcare provider, one of your topmost priorities is to eliminate liabilities. When your patients undergo improper treatment, face procedural delays, or receive an incorrect medication, you end up facing severe financial and reputational consequences. Now, what are the benefits of effective communication in healthcare industry? First, effective communication can save lives. Effective communication can improve patients' overall satisfaction, and it can contribute towards better long-term health outcomes. Now, how to improve communication in healthcare industry? First, plan for different personalities of patients. Second, respond properly to patients' concerns and needs. Third, take down notes. Fourth, be clear, open, and direct. To conclude, being able to communicate effectively is perhaps the most important of all life skills. It is what enables us to pass information to other people and to understand what is said to us. Communication has the biggest contribution in business, trade, science, technology, up to the healthcare industry. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something from this video. Once again, I am Duzalinera of ED11A.